Hello, everyone, and welcome to Proficiency Bonus. My name is Dan, aka Vol Pirate, and welcome to another episode of Alien RPG Evolved Edition. This is Building Better Worlds, Frontier Fortune, episode 14, and happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. I just realized I'll count that as green. I just realized I wasn't wearing anything. Um, so welcome in. It's been a week, so last week we had a little bit of a daylight savings issue. No worries. But we had two dark nightmares appear on the station. Um, right before that, Liam made his way down to the communication tower and was looking at going through storage for additional equipment potentially and making additional weapons and finding other equipment and gear. The crew at the bottom met a friendly pilot who just wanted to show him that Tade was okay and on the ship. The crew saw some oval-shaped objects, and Tilly was quick to cut one of them with a torch, and some of this green fluid appeared and slowly started to burn away the floor. The crew then made their way out. Large footsteps started coming their way before sealing the door behind them, and that is when the sounds got quicker and then banged against the door. That is where we left off. So we did get experience last week. So is there anything that anyone wants to spend experience points on?
Good question.
I don't believe I have enough experience to spend, so I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Anybody else?
The only thing I could get would be a talent at this point, but I don't know if there's anyone that I would want.
All right. Well, as always, with that, anything that anyone wants to bring up before we start? All
You're
right.
all gonna die down here.
I mean, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So here is the station. Just a quick recap for everybody. Up here is the communication tower relay. That is where we have Isaac and then Dr. Eli as well. They left the dead body and the crazy guy in the medical area. All of these people down here at the bottom are actually here in the middle. We just moved them off the map to declutter. We have the marshals right over here. We have Dr. Ackbar hiding in her tallest tower. And then we have the crew at the bottom, all the way down here in the hydroponics station. I got it right. And then also the ship. Their ship is behind this door that they just shut. And also the friendly captain or pilot or whoever that is on this USS resupply is out here as well. So we will go back down to the bottom here and we'll start down there. So the door's just shut. You heard footsteps coming your way, and then you hear a loud bang against the door. And it's bang, bang, bang. And then it just stops. And when you hear that bang, those doors, they're massive blast doors, and like they still shudder a little bit. Not a lot, but just enough where you're like, did that vibrate? Did it not? It's one of those where you kind of see it and you're kind of looking and you're just not quite sure. The security guard is sitting there and he's like, what 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 is that noise?
The ship adjusting?
No, it was banging against the door. There's no way the ship would adjust it like that.
Oh, these old stations, they have the, creaks and groans and everything like that.
Anyway, let's get back because I don't know what that thing was that you cut into, but clearly it was cutting a hole and into the ground, but I haven't heard anything go off, so maybe it stopped.
Yeah, I don't want to test that theory.
Okay, okay. Let's meet up back with the with the marshal. And he gets back on the intercom and he's like grabs it and he goes, Marshal, uh so there were egg things that kind of like burned into the ground, and then basically Tade's on the on the ship, of the resupply ship, and I don't know what's going on, but there's something like loud on the other side of the door. One of the guys said it's groans from the station or something. I don't know. Didn't sound like groans to me. We're gonna make our way back over to you guys. And he kind of just checks and goes, "Yeah, all right. We're calling everyone back right now anyway." All right. Anything that you guys want to do before you guys try to make your way back?
Um, I don't know. I guess find something to defend myself with.
I would say in the hydroponics, you're not going to. I would say probably the only thing that you would find of note would be a fire extinguisher. It could be a blunt object. It could be, the cold
That
temperature.
works.
Yeah.
That works.
And I'll leave it up to you because this is a space station, so there are going to be multiple variants of fire hydrants. So you're going to have like your standard one, you're going to have the ones for electrical fires, you're going to have all those different ones. So whichever one you want in your head, go for it. So I'm just going to leave that to you.
Yeah.
And you get to have the fun of actually, I want you to make a roll because you're going to have to break that glass. No, actually, that wouldn't be break glass. That's usually for the sprinkler system or something like that. Usually, the fire extinguisher, you just pull it open. I was going to make you roll for breaking the glass and see if you broke your hand, but
Well, even the ones that do have the break glass have like a little
yeah, the little.
tool right next to them.
I would have made you do observation. Oh man! All right, so you get
You see the hanging piece of metal right next to the
You completely
glass.
miss it. You can't figure out how to get into this impregnable glass.
Yeah, no
No,
way to mess up.
but yeah, I guess classic red fire extinguisher is fine.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys will make your way back, and then Tilly, anything that you want to do?
Make sure that next door is shut securely.
Okay. So you guys would come to the elevator, take it down, drop off here, and then making sure that they are secure on their way back. Let's go ahead and grab some of these people. So we're gonna bring a couple of them up for some of these people that you know. Let's get us a couple of the security guards. All right, that's sufficient to start. I think that's it. Oh, we forgot Mason. Mason, always goofing off. Okay, so you guys make your way back, no issue. When you come in, you kind of see the other groups are already back for the most part. Everyone's kind of sitting around there talking. Everyone's kind of on edge because they just hear this reference of black, nightmare, and essentially that people have died from this. And you just kind of hear the gossip going around. It's a little bit higher energy. It's not quite a panic, but it's definitely heightened. And so with that, we're going to go back over to Isaac. Isaac, you just finished having a wonderful conversation with Dr. Ackbar. You heard her say that we need to get everyone at the station, try and get everyone to the ship, the USS Morocco, and try and get as many people off as possible. So, as you're sitting there, Eli is kind of standing there, looking around. You took the weapon from him because he was so well equipped with it. He explained to you how amazing he is at the military and how he was basically, special forces, did everything right, all that good stuff. And in actuality, he didn't even do anything at all. Obviously, that's sarcasm. But what would you like to do?
Well, having had that conversation, I feel like Isaac would make his way back towards the Turian Labs module and see if, as it is used for storage, if they can't find any space suits and or weapons, or at the very least some kind of crowd control. I've no doubt they used human subjects and therefore need to keep them in line somehow. So whatever he might find, he's gonna go there first and foremost. First,
Okay.
making sure that the hallways are clear in the sense that nothing is outside, or at least rapidly running towards his general direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, feel free to make an observation roll.
Okay.
Ooh. I was like, oh, look, you succeeded. I was like, ooh. All right, let's do the stress.
All right, frantic.
Frantic. All right. So things are heating up for you. And
That's tense.
you don't have seen it all, correct?
No.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about that with you. Awesome.
He ain't seen shit.
All right. So you are frantic. Yeah, you look through the hallway. It's dead silent. And then you hear like a dun, and then you realize it came from your left, and you realize like Eli just bumped the wall.
Fuck. Eli, can you for 1 second? Is there a malfunction in the air processor? Because so far, everyone on this station I've met has just been bumbling around like a fool.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with the air processor. I don't. But I don't. Got it. Got it. Sarcasm.
He's going to just shake his head and continue making his way towards the Turian Labs.
Yeah, absolutely. You go ahead and you make your way to Turian Labs. No issues. You go ahead, and
Is
when you
there
get,
a
go ahead.
is there? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go. You can go ahead first.
No. I need to describe the scene first so I can say what I want. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm not sure where I am.
Perfect. So you go, and when you look, you see a blood trail, slight one. If you think about Final Fantasy VII, if you played that one, the original,
Nope.
that famous scene of the blood trail. So basically, there's a blood trail faint leading into the room, and the door's kind of like stuck, jammed open, and it's like something smacked the side of it, and it kind of like went out a little bit, and it kind of got jammed in the door. So it kind of lodged the door, and it's kind of stuck. It wouldn't be hard to pop it back because you have to remember this one's not a very large door, and they've repurposed it because this is storage. They don't need it open they're not using it for quarantine or anything else.
It was one of those like alien isolations or just the alien like bulkhead door, right? The sliding white one.
Yeah,
How
it's
did it
just
get knocked out of place like that?
something smacked it, and it just like the little bit of metal is tweaked out, and like it would, if you spent probably not even a full turn, you could probably like shimmy that little corner, and it would go back and it'd seal right back up.
Right. Well, I'm going to ask Eli to do that while I just wait there holding my gun, as likely my -2 to strength will not do me any favors.
Yeah, so Eli kind of looks at you and he goes, I don't have any equipment for this. We'd have to. So the door is open, by the
Oh.
way.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was like jammed almost. In that case,
Oh,
he'll go through. In that case, he'll go through.
sorry. Yeah, so it's open. It's partially open, so you can
But
get
it just can't
through.
close.
It just
Okay.
can't close because it's kind of jammed a little bit. So that's what the door is.
Okay. How big and or fresh is the blood trail?
It's fresh.
Okay, glistening under the lights.
Yes,
All right. Is there any other signs of scratch marks, sounds from coming within the labs, or is it just a blood trail?
just the blood trail.
All right. Well, having his gun at the ready, he's gonna motion Eli to stay behind him as he makes his way inside.
Okay. Do a. So are you doing stealth? Are you doing mobility? What are we doing here?
I guess he tried to stealth.
Okay. So stealth is page 55. The table is on page 56.
All I gotta do is roll mobility while anything that might be in there rolls observation, right? Or is
I
that the old
believe
rule?
so. So PCs move one zone. If they
Uh-huh.
come into line of sight with an NPC, make a passive open opposed observation roll for a group. Highest roll counts. Oh, so then yeah, you don't even have to roll. It's only if you come into contact. Never mind. I thought for some reason.
That's the old rules, I believe. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, the first edition rules, yeah.
Yep. So then yeah, you're
so.
good to go.
So when it comes to like stealth, then how does it not matter how sneaky someone is?
It's when it gets to the roles, I think that's where it comes in. Because when you come to group checks, that's where you can choose who does it. Is that what you're referring to?
But it's like anybody who's on their own does not have to roll mobility at all if they're trying to sneak.
Yeah, in this edition, you just say, I'm being sneaky.
Yeah.
And then it's whoever sees who first gets to, either continue being sneaky or you get seen.
Huh. But
Yeah.
so they don't handle like people accidentally being noisy or knocking something around or something? That just doesn't have any effect in this system?
It says movement
mean,
and stealth is slow and careful. In one stretch of time, your character can move into an adjacent zone,
Okay.
scan for enemies, and get superficial description of the zone from the GM. If you're a team, you can move individually or as a group. Orders chosen freely. So yeah, it's really just you walking around until you encounter something, and then we go from there. So it really simplified it. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
Okay.
anything else after that is GM discretion.
That makes sense. In that case, I'll try to be sneaky with Eli following after me.
Okay. So I'm going to break this into a kind of a couple zones. So I'm going to say zone 1 is kind of this entryway where you enter. Zone 2 is going to be here. Zone 3 is going to be either any one of these hallways. And then zone 4 is going to be one of the rooms. That's kind of how I'm going to break it out, if that works for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way into the first zone. You walk in, you kind of see the blood trail. It's still going around, going forward. Nothing else is noticeable. And then I'll allow you to move your character. So you can move him to the next zone if you'd want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Does the blood trail stay there or does it go left or right?
Yeah. So as you look, the blood trail goes off to the left down here.
All right.
Which means you want to go to the right.
That's what I was thinking. But first and foremost, do I hear anything? Like
Yeah,
any sounds of people?
give me another observation roll.
Okay.
Oh, that's what we were supposed to do. ignore that stress. Make it passive for this one. Actually,
So how does
no.
is passive in this system? I don't remember.
So there is
Can you-
passive in this system, but I just realized because you might be in an active area, I'm trying to debate if this would be passive or active. I think this would still be.
Oh, he is actively trying to search something out now. So yeah, I think the stress would be applicable to this one.
Yeah, I'll leave it to you guys how you guys want to rule that one because I don't want to do too much just observation every second and then just racking up stress for no reason. Um, so that's
Yeah,
where
from what I have observed from this system, it's like if the GM asks you for something, it can be passive. But if the player's like, I am specifically searching for something, then it would be more of an active thing.
okay. So then, if it is active, then let's go ahead and roll with that. So then the stress. Let's go ahead and do the stress reaction. Deflated. You cannot push any skill rolls. If you are jumpy, remove that response and ignore any other jumpy response. But yeah, you get 3 successes. It is dead silent in there.
Right. Okay.
Silent.
In that case, Isaac's gonna try and make his way towards one of the labs.
Okay.
Right now, he's planning on just like sealing the door with an emergency override, like they do in Alien, and just try to rest up in a safe place so he can reduce some of his stress and remove these conditions.
Okay. So which are you trying to seal, like the door that you entered, the door over here, or are
Well,
you trying to go to a room?
I think I'm going to the labs.
Labs? Okay. Um so as you start to like move that way, Eli looks at you and is like, what are you doing?
Need to take a second to breathe. The pressure is tense.
Breathe. Do you not see the blood?
See the blood. Right now, I'm trying to avoid going there.
Then why don't we go the other way and get out of here?
I'm not going to go. We will. I just need a second.
And he kind of looks at you and he's like doing that kind of like shake where someone can't really decide and they're just like,
You're
oh,
welcome
and
to leave if you want, but
he's like, fine, following you.
so you said the blood trail is going to the left, so he's trying to go to
Yep.
the right.
Yep. So it was left bottom is where you see it going.
So he's going to go top right.
Okay. Yep. You go through there. No issue.
All right. So what's in this room?
I'm gonna say it was a computer lab room. Kind of looks like it's set up like an auditorium almost, like where they would brief things.
Okay. He wants to go inside and see if he can't close the door behind him.
Okay. I would say when you look at this door, you can absolutely close it. You can seal it. The quarantine area definitely had a thicker door. You would know that after being in there previously. But this door does seal. It is fully. There's no transparency inside of it. So when you open the door, it opens up. You look inside. When it closes, it closes. There's no frosted glass. There's no peephole. It's a completely sealed door.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense. All these doors are meant to keep atmosphere in case of hull breaches, so they're pretty well armored. So going to close the door and then grabbing a desk or something to put in between it, uh, Isaac's going to use the often, you know, well, for the first time I think in this game, he's going to try and use the mechanic of how many turns is it in a safe place does it take to remove one bit of stress?
Oh,
10 minutes.
Alright, so he's gonna try and take like 10-minute, like it's 10 minutes and then you remove one condition with 1 point of stress removed, right?
let me double check my notes. So,
Yeah. That's what I believe. Like for every 10 minutes you reduce a point of stress and can remove a complication.
yeah, that sounds right. Stress. That's the one thing I hate is there's so many areas of stress, and I'm like, come on. There we go. Stress response. Roll failure. Nope, that's not it. First aid on your own. Stunt damage, broken. Relieving stress, page 73. There we go. For every stretch of 5 to 10 minutes spent resting in a safe area, your stress is reduced by 1 point. In addition, one stress response of your choice is removed. Yep. So
That's
you're right. Yep.
In that case, would it be possible to spend at least 3 stretches of time to remove all my stress as well as my 3 stress responses?
I'll allow one before we transition. But you do have your personal item as well.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to take out his personal item. But does that just reduce stress, or can that also remove a stress response?
I believe it's just a stress point. I don't think it's that. Let me see your character. Signature item. Tiny item, small. Oh, here we go. Signature. In addition to your normal gear, signature item, sentimental value. Okay, it says absolutely nothing about it, but we're just going to go with just remove a stress point. I don't think it does a stress response, but if we find somewhere that it does say that, then we can retcon that.
Yep. Alright, so I'm down 2 points of stress, and I'm going to remove the... I wish they gave descriptions for these. Frantic is... Oh, Frantic is -2.
The skill rules.
He's going to remove Deflated. So Deflated has now been removed. He's down to 1 stress, and that's it for me. He's just going to,
Okay.
take a seat, make sure the door's secure, just try and rest up.
Awesome. So you kind of maneuver through there. You get to a safe spot. Eli is kind of you can tell he's on edge. He kind of like looks for something to kind of put in front of the door, and there's like a couple of swivel chairs, and as weird as that sounds, he just kind of like takes it and he kind of puts it in front of it, wheels it over there as if like that's going to do something, not realizing the wheels, and they just push. But hey, he's doing something, right? So let's go back to the group. They've made their way to the middle. Once you guys arrive, you see Flash down there. You see Kyrian, you see Mason, you see Ellis, good old Ellis. William Kane is there, and Sam has made it out of bed, and he has showed up. So you guys make your way in. There's kind of talk. You make your way over. You kind of see the group all together, and they're sitting there kind of talking, and you see Kyrian still stoic, just talking through, and then Ellis is just like, someone's been murdered. Like, what do we do? What? There's stuff on the spaceship, and like you can hear him. He's a little bit more animated compared to other people, and as he's talking, he's kind of like, you know how when someone starts talking louder, everyone else talks a little bit louder, and you can kind of tell the crowd is slowly getting louder and louder.
That sounds like a manipulation role to keep him calm.
So Tilly,
Yeah, so
Stanley?
I go up to Ellis and Kyrian, say that I believe our time on this station is at an end, and we should continue on our journey. We need to gather up everybody and leave.
Kyrian turns to you and goes, I agree. We should probably make our way back to the ship right now.
Tilly's going to interject. I don't know if it's safe to go back through those docks there, though. There could be a containment breach, or there could be a vacuum breach. There could be, and whatever was making those noises, whatever took my buddy, whose name I can't remember because I'm not carrying my
Tade.
notepad. Tade, that's the one. So I don't know if there's a way for us to EVA over to the ship, or.
So I'm gonna pause you real quick. Your camera's frozen. You're talking and your face is just locked.
Is it?
Yes.
It's a very serious.
It's
moment.
a very serious.
He's doing the Kubrick stare.
Should I try to turn the camera on and off?
Yeah, you can turn it on and off. Let's see what happens with everything. See if we get lucky. We got a dot. We got 1 pixel.
Yeah, it's a blue pixel. That's weird.
So your camera is on daylight savings. Nope.
Yeah, this has failed to load now.
Let's see. Well, can you still hear us? Oh, I think
he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Now he dropped.
No, everything's out of whack.
Yep. So we'll just give him a quick second. So, in the moment, a quick word from our sponsor. At Weyland-Yutani, we are at the leading forefront for humanity's advancement in this universe.
Oh, he's back. Nope, can't hear you if you're trying to do anything.
So we're going to hop to a quick break and a little early, and then we will be back.
about that.
All right, so we are back. The real reason was he just wanted to grab a Coke. So that is our secondary sponsor. When in doubt, grab a Coke.
Sponsored, not sponsored.
Yeah, sponsor, not sponsor. Yeah, so you guys were over there talking. You hear Ellis getting a little bit worked up. You talked about getting off the ship. Kyrian agreed. And then Tilly mentioned about not going back the way they came.
Yes. Yeah. So Tilly would know where kind of all the maintenance equipment is. I had to do a whole system reboot, so I'm not actually back on in the virtual tabletop yet. So
Yeah, I would say you would probably have EVA suits. They would probably kind of be locked in the docking areas because they don't want anyone just walking off with them. But they would be there in case they need it for servicing, trying to do any sort of maintenance. They have it nearby. Additionally, they would you would know where the blanking on it, escape pods, that's it. Escape pods are. So those pods would likely have a suit or two nearby in the event that it's needed.
So these alternate docks then, like dock E and D,
C and
would
D. Yep.
is that C and D? Yeah. Those there could be some EVA suits there to go over.
Yeah,
to try and secure the ship.
You would know there's probably about somewhere between 2 to 4 depending on the day.
Yeah.
So
If
with
people
you
put
all
the gear back.
Yeah, so with you all, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of you, I believe. Am I missing anybody? Yeah, so you would need 8 of those suits. And then additionally, you would know in Turian Labs, that's where all the storage is, so there would probably be extra suits and stuff up there.
Yeah. So Tilly's like, maybe a few of us could go over to the ship and then bring it over to one of the empty docks on the other side, just so we don't have to go through that area again.
And Kyrian kind of turns and goes, so how do you propose you get over to the ship?
Well, in a EVA suit.
And she kind of looks around and she goes, so who's going to accompany you then to be able to get on the ship and access it from the outside?
Well, I'm sure our company man would want to come, and maybe our science guy. He seems competent enough.
Like, look, we have everybody here. We have Flash and Gadget, our ship's security detail. They have actually they probably don't have their oh no, because you said that
They do.
the
Yep.
grab there.
That's right.
They have
It's 9
their
suits because I forgot Isaac's all the way up north. I knew I was missing someone. Sorry about that, Isaac. I was like sitting there, I'm like, I'm
okay.
missing somebody.
Billy's having hallucinations too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we have Flash and Gadget, our ship security detail. They are well armed, and if anything gets in our way, we'll be able to get to our ship safely and easily.
And Kyrian's like, so what is it that you actually encountered that you think we'll need Gadget and Flash to go through.
I forget who is the one actually with us. Was it Gadget or Flash during that thing? We had one of them.
Gadget was with you. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have seen the darkness, the nightmare. He would have saw
Right.
the eggs, and he would have saw the other pilot
Yeah, but he would have at least heard the
footsteps.
noises
Yeah,
and everything like that, and been his I think his intuition would have at least kicked in to say like nothing good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Gadget kind of turns and he's like, "You'd have to ask Tilly what he saw, but from the sound of it, whatever that thing is, it's massive." Tilly?
Yeah, Tilly is like, it was like at least a foot taller. Yeah, so maybe 7-8 feet tall if it was fully upright. Strange elongated head, jaws, like, and whatever it's done to people, it's just like, it obliterated that poor girl's head in the yeah, something's messed up.
He's like, Gadget turns the Flash and goes, "Well, I think the other issue is, I think the dock area is still contained, because I feel like there would have been an alarm at this point if it lost containment. But whatever that was, I don't want to risk, like, what if we come across more of those oval things? Do we just run as fast as we can?"
I mean, Tilly here cut through one pretty easily. I think we can handle a couple of uh I don't know what you would call them exactly, but leathery sacks.
It's not about taking care of them, it's the issue of what comes out of them.
Well, let's not find that out.
And Gadget and Flash just kind of look at Kyrian, and they kind of like give like a little, like, not a nod, not a no, just this could be risky. And Kyrian turns to Tilly and goes, "How quickly do you think you could get to the ship? If I were to give you someone to get over there, get inside, and move it over to the other docks."
Ooh, get geared up about 10 minutes, get over there another 10 to get access, assuming there's no issues with the airlocks, and get the ship going. I'm not as familiar with the piloting of this one, so maybe 30 minutes, 40, as long as we don't run into many issues.
And she kind of folds her arm and kind of looks at Ellis. And Ellis just kind of looks at her and goes, I think we should run there. That it'll be quicker. We can definitely get off much faster." And then Kyrian kind of just goes, like, puts her hand up to Ellis and goes, "We need to be smart about this, Ellis. If we go the other route, we can safely move to the other docks, let Tilly and Gadget, go. Get the ship, bring it over to us, pick us up, and we can go out without dealing with whatever is on the other side of the door. And that's where we're going to pause. We're going to go back up to Isaac. Isaac, you get another point of stress and something else removed for your next 5 to 10 minutes.
All right.
Anything else you want to do in that 5 to 10 minutes for your second iteration?
Well, I think he's gonna remove shakes from that condition, but mainly he's just resting. He's looking over at Eli, and he's gonna say, I was on the call with Ackbar. She said there's two ships, Morocco and that other small gunship. How likely do you think anyone is able to get there if they don't encounter this xenomorph?
Oh, I mean, it's very easy to get to. The gunship is attached to the main area. It's pretty quick to get to, and then the Morocco is just going through the docking area. It usually docks around the CD dock area. So the gunship is technically closer. If we had a window, if we're on the other side, we could probably see the ship from here.
Do you think you're able to use any of your access passes as a doctor or anything to get on the ship? I imagine it's likely sealed against anyone else, but in this emergency, I'm not exactly sure what your protocols are.
The gunship's usually pretty tightly held. Usually you have to find the keys and kind of get permissions, and I assume there's some other things because it's usually tightened down to the security to be able to access. So I wouldn't know that too much about that end. I could only know based off like historical interactions. But as far as like Doc C and D, we can easily go over there, and I mean it's just a matter of opening the door. I imagine it couldn't be too hard to open up the Morocco's door. I've never tried, but I've seen it when I've walked down there.
So how big is the Morocco? Is it a Conestoga class frigate or is it a smaller one?
No, much smaller. I'm gonna put it so the frigate that you're thinking of, that thing's massive. That can
Yeah.
hold thousands of people. The
Well, there's other
Morocco,
ships in the PB, so I imagine it's like a class G, class M.
yeah, I'm gonna put it. I don't have my. Oh, where did I put my notes for that one? Basically, the way I put it was it can hold probably around 100 to 200 people, depending on what's in the cargo space. So you can fit a lot more people. Just if there's already cargo in there, you're gonna have to move it out because, like, if there's resources or anything else, just from a normal cargo bay, 'cause you can shove a lot of people in a room. You can
Right, but
make
this is
things
like
fit.
but like, is it meant to like? Okay,
So basically, it's a small. I would say it's a very small gunship almost. I'm trying to think. I don't have the ships up. I'm trying to think.
there's also like other ships that are not included in the
Yeah.
book, like the Valley Forge or the Okinawa class or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. I had it written down, but I think it was in my other notes. But either way, it's not going to be anywhere close to the
I just
Constoga
wasn't sure
class.
based on the shape of the ship, so.
Yeah. No, it's definitely much smaller.
Well, if that's where everyone else is going, then it's best we avoid it. My objective at this point will be to rendezvous with the crew, the ship I'm with. Might be our best bet.
Yeah, and just a quick side note: the gunship, that one's probably going to be roughly the size of like a Cheyenne, almost.
Oh,
Roughly.
UD4L?
Sorry.
Yeah, I know what one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the gunship's going to be roughly the size of a Cheyenne. So you can pack quite a few people on there. But if you're not if you're standing, you can do standing room only.
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be a very cramped ride back.
Oh, for sure. But when it's a run for your life,
Do
anything
you see
works.
this station orbiting a star of any kind?
No.
Is this in the pitch
No,
black?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I don't
Like-
see. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I guess after this stretch of time, I'm just gonna get back on his feet, check the gun, say, "All right, better do some stretching. We have a long way to climb." Who am I kidding? It's gonna be way too long. We might as well take the elevator.
And Eli just kind of looks at you and goes, "Okay." So we're gonna pause there unless there's something else you want to do real quick.
Well, I'd say before I leave, I want to, like look for a space chute or some armor, or at the
Okay.
very least, like some sort of like weapon,
Okay.
either makeshift or otherwise.
Yeah. So we'll pause there. When we
Yeah.
come back, we'll definitely hit that.
All good.
So everyone's kind of talking about what they're gonna do, and Kirian kind of makes the decision, and she's like, "We're gonna make our way over to the D dock. We're gonna group up there, and then we're gonna have Tilly, Gadget. You guys are gonna get in the suits, and then you guys are going to spacewalk over to our ship, access it from the outside, and bring it over." Anything else that you guys, Stanley or Tilly, would like to add?
I mean, there's not really much else to really do. So, no.
Okay. And then with this, you see 3 people kind of make their way out of the main station, the tallest tower, so to speak. You see Franz, you see Rowan, and you see Dr. Ackbar. And as they're coming out, they come to the middle of the room, and the marshals kind of move around, the security guards come around, and Dr. Ackbar goes, "May I have your attention? Currently, the situation is several people are dead. There is something on board this ship that is killing them. That is not human. And I'm currently calling for evacuation of the station. We will have everyone evacuate orderly to the USS or USCSS Morocco. And then a small portion will go to the gunship. It just says USCM gunship. And we will take some people there. And then we will escort everybody off this ship, and we will figure out what the next steps are to do from there. And then you kind of hear 1 or 2 people perk up. And then the deputy marshal just kind of like slings his gun a little bit. And then all the security guards like snap at attention, and it kind of does that snap sound, and everyone kind of realizes, keep quiet. This, and Dr. Ackbar goes, "This will be orderly." And as she is saying, the speakers and the comms in the facility all about Crackle the Life, and it's like test, hello, test. Oh, good day, persons of Ackbar Station. My name is General Alexander of the Rage. You have the great fortune of being a part of this great renaissance. For too long has humanity caused pain and suffering with their flawed thoughts and logic, letting corporations and countries that come and go at a whim's notice, causing destruction in their wake. We, the Rage, have come to fix humanity and ensure a proper civilization takes hold in its place. I thank you personally for being a part of this great endeavor. Don't worry about what to do. We have something to come pick you up or give you a hand. Thank you. And he's like, thank you. And it cuts out. And Dr. Ackbar, as she was saying that, you hear the clatter, the whispers, and people are getting loud, like, what was that? And Dr. Ackbar's trying to calm everyone down, and she's like, now, like, calm down, everyone. This isn't, and as that's happening, you hear, and you start hearing noise, and the footsteps are in the distance, and you start hearing things kind of like coming from above, and it's just different sounds echoing in different areas. Anything you guys like to do? Sorry, I'm gonna keep with Stanley and Tilly. Kyrian kind of looks and she's like, we need to get out now. Screw that, straight for the ship. And she kind of like freezes and she goes, Flash, Gadget, take us to their gunship. And so Flash and Gadget kind of like rally up quickly around her, and Ellis comes with, and she kind of turns and looks at you all and just goes, we're heading to their gunship. It's the quickest way off this thing, and we're not going to go back through whatever is clearly coming from the way you guys came.
Okay, boss.
Yep.
All right, so we are going to transition back up to Isaac. Isaac, you heard this loud and clear, just as everybody else, because the comms got hacked, and this comm went out all across the entire station through every single audio station.
Would you say that that would be a stressful response from everybody?
Oh yeah, that'd be.
Oh
a
yeah,
+1 stress
absolutely. So
point.
yeah, so you guys get everyone gets a stress point. Yes. I'll defer to you three if you decide that you panic. I would say based on the initial just hearing that, I'm not going to say panic yet. Yeah,
I wouldn't say that. It's just confusion.
confusion. Isaac, you hear this, and Eli's sitting there, and he's like, "What? The Rage? What is he talking about? And what is that? Someone here to help us?"
No, sounds like maybe they're responsible for what's going on in this station. Picture it, would you? Some backwater, not even orbiting a star. Perfect place to test out some bioweapon or other thing. Far enough away that nobody can ever respond or care about it.
Bioweapon? Why would? I mean, we're middle of nowhere. Why? And then it kind of clicks that mid-second when you see that look of realization, and he just like locks eyes with your face, and his face just like color drops out of it, and he's just, oh,
I take some
Oh
solace.
yeah,
in the
makes
fact-
perfect sense.
Yeah.
I would take some measure of solace in the fact that this is not a bioweapon of viral nature, as it is likely we would already be dead or infected should it have been released in the system's ventilation network. At the very least, we know that it is a creature, perhaps even multiple, but at the very least allows us some modicum of, well, seeing as how it tore through those people outside the medical center, I might be putting our chances a bit too high. But at the very least, there has to be something within this abandoned laboratory that we can use for continued survival. At the very least, enough for us to get back towards the ship. Though if everyone else has the same idea, it might get crowded and therefore enticing for whatever those xenomorphs might be.
Eli just looks at you and is like, what's the plan?
Well, the plan is we equip ourselves with some protection and a weapon. These labs were used for all sorts of studies that we'll never get to know about, but seeing as the quarantine area includes beds and the like, I imagine they have some sort of anti-personnel equipment. Whether that is effective against these creatures, I'd rather go in without being unarmed.
Yeah, they and you see Eli slowly starting to come to grips with reality, and he's slowly gaining his composure back, and he's processing. And yeah, there's uh there should be like weapons and ammo, but they're locked up. um they keep them locked up in here, so we'd have to see about getting into those, because I think I don't have a key, but I know the security guards have a key. um
Perhaps that might be whose blood was pouring out of them. Are the weapons located in Lab A or Lab B?
that definitely we would. I think it's lab A. Yeah,
Then that
yeah,
might
yeah,
be
lab A.
then that might be whoever was dragging themselves towards might have been trying to use that. Let us hope they merely passed out from blood loss rather than whoever caused said blood loss. And Isaac gets up, checks the gun again, uh, now forming a habit in his mind. And he's going to open the doors, make his way down, investigating the blood trail, hoping that it might be a security guard who is hopefully has a key.
Okay. So you make your way out, and I'd say right here, before you enter the room, as you kind of like open the door, you hear this. Roar! Sorry, I can't do it.
Just say a roar or a
Yeah,
screech.
the roar. You hear that xenomorph roar
Yep.
that Peter is going to give us here. And you hear it, and it's just this loud, bellowing screech and this roar. And then you hear dun 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 dun, and you see it come sprinting out
From. Alright.
from the corner where it came out. You are now in stealth sequence. Go ahead. You get to make a passive, open, opposed observation roll.
Passive, open, and opposed. Wow. Alright, let's hope it gets less than the one. Because who wins in a tie?
So it says if one side wins, they can XYZ. If it's a tie, draw initiative.
Alright.
Yeah, you both see each other at the same time.
Yeah, let's check. Well,
Mm.
Look at that.
So yeah, as you come out, this thing comes sprinting, and at the last second, as it's making its way, it starts to turn right towards the door to run out. And right as you're doing that, Eli trips and hits the ground and makes a bang, and that's where it freezes and it looks your way and catches your gaze.
All right.
So we're going to pause there before we go into your sequence. Okay. So everybody down here, you have this noise, and you start hearing banging, and it's kind of coming from down here through the elevator. And I believe Tilly, I believe you tried to seal that shut.
Yep.
And so as it's happening, there's down there, and it's bang, 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 and you hear screeching, and it's not one, it's multiple screeches coming through, and you hear just bam, 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 and you see the door just slowly buckling little by little, and it's just being rammed over and over. And then it stops. And then you hear pitter patter from the vents above you.
Let's move.
So you hear this, and it just becomes chaos at this point. So everyone starts yelling and screaming, and Dr. Ackbar's like, calm down. And all the security guards, the ones who are senior, are sitting there, and they're trying to calm things down. And they're like, just relax, just wait here. And then some of the younger ones are freaking out, and they're like, I don't, and they don't know what to do. And they're kind of looking back towards the, where the entrance is for the gunship over here. And you kind of see a couple of them start leaning that way and just getting ready to run. They don't know what to do. Everyone is just kind of breaking out into a panic at this point, and they're starting to freak out. What do you guys do?
Let's go.
So I will say this. Obviously, you know that's there, but you also know there are escape pods throughout the station as well. So when you see this, it is just like a mass of people all running that way as well. And it is just a slew of people. And then as this is happening, you hear the noise above you. And you see one person yell and scream as something jumps down from the vent and grabs one of them and wraps itself around the individual's face. And as you're starting to process this, you see another one drop down and grab another person and wrap it around their face. I need you both to make panic rolls.
Ooh.
All right, so Tilly, you got paranoid, but I believe it's minus for seeing it all.
Yes.
Yeah. Got me.
All right, panic.
So it's lose item.
Okay. So
Is
go ahead and make that
that-
adjustment. Make sure you remove that that stress response and change it with the other one. And then we'll come back to your lose item. So okay, you got paranoid, cannot receive help. So let's go to items. Let me see what you got. Show me what you got, what you really, really got.
Show me what you've got.
So the most recently used thing was like the cutting torch. I'm not sure that would be out in hands at this point. So there's that, the bolt gun, then a whole bunch of other tools: flashlight, maintenance jack, electronic tools, diagnostic device.
Usually whatever is in your hand, or last thing that was in your hand.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I would say.
how I see it when it comes to like not having anything is like you go for something but then drop it.
Yeah, I was going with either your watch, the cutting torch, or let's see. Yeah, I'd say watch or the cutting torch. So go ahead and roll me a d6.
I don't know if I've just rolled a die before on the system.
It's
Say if you
last
just
roll 1d6.
I say, or if you just have a die on yourself, just go ahead and roll one if you have one nearby.
Yep.
I even have the right dice. It's that one. Face
Okay, so
hugger.
that's a 1. You lose the
That's
cutting
it.
torch.
Yep.
Like the masses of people are going, and you get bumped, and it like goes off your hip or your hand or something, whatever, wherever you have it.
I think, you know, it's got a regular resting spot on the tool harness, but for some reason Tilly didn't remember to clip it back in, right? So
And then chaos is happening. Go ahead.
that was the
It's
egg
kicked
spawner.
away for some reason.
Yeah. And then chaos is happening, and then the door gets jammed because everyone's sitting there and they're all pushing, and the security guard who's sitting there is jammed and he's trying to get the card, and everyone starts freaking out and he can't quite get it to be able to swipe the door, and it's just a mass of people. And then a third one comes out and grabs another person. I'll just move these people out of the way.
Your face hug, you don't get to be on the thing anymore.
And then all right, so Mason is going to do an opposed roll because one of them is coming his way and he needs to see if he can react. Is that opposed or is it dodge?
Or
I think it would be dodge.
I was
Well,
thinking dodge.
it would depend. If it actually jumps at him and like
So
he
he's
has
going
to
to
fight it
see
off,
it.
it would be opposed.
So as he sees this going around, he turns his head and he's right beside you. And he looks up and he sees one from the vent come down and it's coming towards him. So that is going to be a dodge. I forget what that roll is. So that
Mobility.
is... Oh, you said mobility? Oh, here you go. Dodging, 65. This is a quick action. Yep, you roll for mobility. So let's go with NPC. Give me Mason Kid. He's got some good... So
can enemies push their rolls?
NPCs can't.
Okay.
So you feel the hand on the back of you, Stanley,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear, "Oh!" And then you see you feel the hand like kind of grab you and then let go, and then you just see a mass of people, and Mason's no longer behind you. And as you're kind of going forward, you see Mason laying on the ground with this thing on his face.
As I kind of like see that, probably gonna take another stress from that.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna see if it works. I'm gonna like spray the fire extinguisher at it, at him and it, and see if it does anything.
All right. Yeah, so we'll just kind of role play this. So yeah, go ahead.
It's like, you know, it's like, you know, it's, you know, it put just kind of thinking of like putting fire out and stuff like that, right? It's all like,
so
stop, drop, and roll, and all this other kind of stuff, right?
So you go over to it, and you start to you pull it out, you pull the pin, and you start spraying it. You see the thing tighten up even more so, and whatever's wrapped around its neck just tightens a little bit more, and it gets a little bit, you see it just like crunging in, and you see his body just kind of like jerk a little bit from it.
Well,
Good work, Stanley.
All right. So we'll pause there. We're going to go back up to Isaac. Isaac. Thanks to wonderful Eli, who just is doing all the right things, you are now face to face with this dark monstrosity, this black thing that you saw out in the distance that just destroyed two people in front of you.
Two people in front of me.
When they were over here, when you, well, not in front.
Oh,
but
in the
from
medical bay. Right.
Yeah. So we're going to need you to do a panic roll to start off with.
Sounds good. Ooh,
Hesitant, you automatically
fun.
get number 10.
Which means I'm last.
Yeah. And then let's hop into it.
Yep.
I was like getting ready, and I was like, so we are going to, it rolled it. Yeah, so that's awesome. It actually gave you the 10 with the roll on the initiative too. Awesome.
Funny.
I love the fact that, because the original rules did not macro into that, and so you had to manually adjust it every time.
Good old Foundry.
Yeah, Foundry's finally progressing. So unfortunately, the Xenomorph gets 2 moves.
Yep.
So you two are going to be side by side. It sprints forward, and
Roll a d6.
I'm going to roll to see which one of you it goes after. Are you odd or even? What do you prefer?
Let's go even.
Even? All right. It's a 1. So.
Poor Eli.
It comes stomping over. Let me. So, quick question. Trying to remember, scouts, drones, and stalkers, do they get 2 moves? Like, they get 2 attack phases, obviously.
Yeah.
But do they get a fast and slow, or is it 1 move per thing? I can't remember.
Well, you can either take one slow and a fast, or 2 fast, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they can do their fast action to move, and then their slow attack
Slow
to
action, okay.
attack. Thankfully, they're attacking Eli.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to do an attack roll here. And it's going for Eli. So the first move, it sprinted across. And with just quick, lightning fast speed, it is in front of you in an instant. And I would say, Isaac, now that you see it up close, your assessment is right. You realize, based on its body structure and everything else, that it'll probably react. It has a very similar structure to, like, I'm trying to think. I don't want to say, would it be a beetle? But like an insect almost, a
It has
creature.
nexus
And
though, for sure.
yeah. So you're like, yes, it would be responsive. Going back to your roll from your observation from 2 streams ago, you confirmed that it probably is going to be highly responsive to heat or cold when you're looking at it, because now you're up close and you see it, and now you're like, if I have fire or ice, this is going to probably have good impact against it.
Okay.
All right, so let's do an attack roll.
Ooh, tail spike.
Ugh. All right, so tail spike, it goes ahead. Xenomorph impales the victim with its razor sharp tail. Roll for the attack with 10 base dice, base damage 2, armor piercing. I don't think he's going to exist after this.
I mean, he gets a
Well,
dodge.
and if that, he would get the roll in the critical. Well, it depends.
So 4 hits.
Can you dodge if you're prone?
I mean, is he
No.
did he like completely fall on the ground or just bump into something?
Well, he tripped.
He tripped and banged into the wall. I was gonna say, does
I mean, you can roll. You're not some dumbass that's just sitting under like a thing of acid falling on you or something like that, right?
yeah, I'm gonna give it so it's attacked in range combat is for dodging. So
Oh, I
that's
see.
why I did the that's right. That's why I did the range, because it was flying at him with the face hugger, so kind of a range, because this is an attack, so it doesn't have that dodge.
Yeah, so there's
That's what
like
it
the
was.
close combat to block.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's base damage 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And Dr. Eli with 3 HP is dead.
Oh, but I thought it was 2 base damage 2.
Yeah, it's base damage 2, and then he got 3 more successes on top.
Oh, I see. Rip
Yep.
Eli. Do I take another panic check at that? Seeing this guy die?
I was going to give that to you. I was going to give you the option. I'd say I've probably seen someone die, and especially like that, I'm going to say yes.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Yeah. You're frozen by fear. I mean, that's a pretty logical response right there. So this thing just sticks its tail straight through him and picks him up and kind of looks right at you and flings its tail to the side and just throws his body to the side, and his corpse just flings across the ground and just slides, and there's a fresh blood trail going through it, and then you see his entrails ripped from the inside that kind of got caught in the tail and kind of thrown out.
Yep.
So this one is going to go ahead and
That's a long time clip.
God, thank God I went to the bathroom before this. Okay, so what I was gonna do before I had to change my pants, the other one with this second move. So begin a counter, next person, so he gets to go again. So he's going to do his attack roll. Deadly grab. So the deadly grab, the beast launches through the air, grabbing his victim with its talons. It attacks with 8 base dice. Base damage 1. If it hits, the Xeno immediately drags the victim into an adjacent zone. Free bonus move. dumping it on the floor. Victim drops a weapon or other item of the GM's choice and must make another immediate panic roll.
Alrighty, let's see if it hits.
So, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just want to roll some dice. Huh. So 0 hits. I got 4 5s, 2 4s, and a 1.
Oh, looks like I was able to dodge out
Or
of the way
sorry,
somehow.
1 4 1. Yeah. So needless to say, it goes to do this, and as it's going, it reaches out to do that, and the door just happens to kind of like, it's been open and it just slightly bumps it, and when it goes, it just hits the wall right above your head, and the talons go right above you, missing
Okay.
you. Yeah, so that's basically, it's going to be its actions.
Yep.
You fall backwards like
Yeah.
as like it
Yeah.
does that.
So I lost my next turn, so it goes immediately after.
All right. And it's back to it. So now that it's extra upset by the door that just hit it, it gets 2 more chances at you.
Yep.
So
And
I do remember a thing in the at least the first edition, and I'm assuming it carried over this. Like you can just choose certain attacks or whatever if it
Mhm.
makes sense for the situation.
Correct.
I would say
Um
this makes sense.
So for this one, it's playing with its prey.
mhm.
Xeno attacks, but not to kill. Victim is knocked down, drops a weapon, but otherwise takes no damage and stands over top of you, taunting them. So I would
Alright,
say
so
your gun would
yep.
probably get dropped. And Victim must make an immediate panic roll. Seek cover.
Oh. Immediately seek full cover in the zone if it is cluttered. This is an interrupt action, breaking the turn order. Once in cover, my stress level is reduced by 1, but I lose my next turn and am unable to perform any interrupt actions before then. Is this hallway cluttered?
I'm going to say yes because it's going to be storage, so there's going to be like random boxes.
Alright.
So that goes ahead and takes advantage of that, so that ends that attack. You get to make a run for it. Where would
So I
you like
guess,
to try and seek cover?
well, I guess the nearest like full cover, so the nearest stack of boxes.
Yeah, I would say you can go ahead and go to a stack of boxes like right back here, or you can try and make for the room.
Well, that's a different zone though.
That's what I was saying. Like you try and make for the room, and so you can go like by the boxes with the like near there is what I'm saying. Like you're making for it, but
Yep, I go and find cover near a box. That's full cover.
uh, so then we move to the next turn, which is the xenomorph again.
Hmm.
And it would see you run to the boxes, and it would say, "I found you." Let me see its attacks. Drone. Playing with its, so it just played with its prey. You ran, and I would say it comes over and with you leans over the box, and as you're sitting there hidden behind it, you just feel this dripping and just liquid, slimy, just like dripping down you, and you hear this and you feel it hitting your head, kind of like brushing across your face. It's like this warm,
Viscous scoop.
yeah, and just this breath is humid. And it is, you look up and you see this face and you see the teeth, its lips open, and you see the teeth. Didn't get me that time. I was ready for it. And its teeth start to smile almost, and they're clattering. And that's when it goes for the head bite.
Yep.
So the xenomorph opens its outer jaws wide, and the deadly inner jaws lean out, gnashing in anticipation before snapping forward. The attack has 9 base damage with 9 base dice with base damage 2. Armor piercing. If it causes any damage on a human, it automatically kills the victim in 1 dreadful blow.
Alrighty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go 9. Let's see how my rolling is. But you almost escaped that. I got 1 success.
Alrighty.
And so, as you look up, the teeth clamor and it shoots right through your head. And darkness envelops you. And now we have this mob of crowd trying to get through this door, and they have jammed everybody against it. And the security guard who's sitting there is trying so hard to get his key card out to swipe to get through into this area.
Michael's in the wrong one.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh. There we go. And so he's trying to get through, and these people have just, you see these people wrapped on the ground, and there's banging on the door down here, and then it just stops. And it goes silent, and everyone kind of pauses for a second. And then the door just opens up.
The one in front of us, or
No, the one that you guys came through the elevator.
okay.
And that pilot comes out, General Alexander, post haste, and he goes, all right, go get him. And he kind of stands to the side and he points and kind of throws his hand towards you in your direction. And there are a lot of these Leica nightmares that come running through. And we're not going to go into combat here. We are going to role play this because there's a lot of people, a lot of things. So we are going to move this little by little as we kind of snake through this scenario. So you see these things come running out. First and foremost, both of you take a stress. And then
What?
Probably panic.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm gonna physically roll.
Yeah.
I don't have my physical dice with me, so.
So Stanley is hesitant. You automatically get number 10 on the initiative card in combat.
I got twitchy.
Twitchy, okay. Go ahead and add that to your sheet.
Yeah. I rolled a 1, but still getting the stress levels at 7. So.
And as you see like these things come through, you see people just having different responses. Like you see, and obviously these aren't all the people. There's a lot more people on the station, and you just see people just go comatose, and they're just locked, and they're just sitting there, and they just can't process anything. You see people drop to the ground, holding their face, and they're just crying and bawling, and you see people screaming. You see people start praying, different religions, whatever, and just going through, and they have their, whether it's a rosary, whether it's their Bible, whether it's whatever church related. I know there's a whole bunch of slew of church different things, religions in this game. Whatever they're doing, they grab their different idols, isms, and just are holding on to them and doing it. And you still have people coming through. And that's where you see everyone's kind of pushed up there. You see Kyrian, Flash, and Gadget, and they're kind of towards the front. And this is where you see Kyrian just grab one of the people, lift them up, and just basically chuck them backwards. You see this person who is an assistant just manhandle someone in front, and then she grabs another person and throws them to the side, and people are like trying to push against her. I would say, are either of you against her, like in the mob, or are you gonna be behind her, kind of to the side?
I was probably to the side of wherever she was, just kind of based on where all the
Right.
people were at and everything like that.
And you see her kind of grab someone and throw it, and it goes flying right next to you, and the person just like hits the ground and kind of slides right to your feet, right beside you. And then she's moving, she grabs Ellis and brings him forward, and then Flash and Gadget flank her on other sides, and they grab the security guard and they pull him back, and Gadget takes the card from him and swipes it through. And then she goes and shoves Ellis through. And Flash and Gadget go with, and she goes, "You know what to do." And she turns around and she gets herself in the doorway and hits the door to close it back off.
What the hell?
All right. So
Tilly reaches for a cutting torch.
so I'll put it this way. Before she hits it, I'm going to give you guys a chance. What would you guys like to do? And as this is happening, the xenomorphs start running, and they just start grabbing people. And you notice they're not quite killing people. They're going through, and they're just kind of like, it's weird. They're going up, and they're like cutting their arms or cutting their legs and making them drop to the ground, and then doing anything but kill the people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to. I know that the safest place is the people with the biggest guns, so I'm going to try and run in with them.
Okay.
I'm important to this company.
And Sam's right there, and he's like, "Come on, let's get through." Tilly, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think Tilly would be going for the door too, right? And while Tilly can't grab the cutting torch, there are other tools.
Okay.
Yeah, so just like the probably pull the maintenance jack out to try and either stop the door from fully shutting, or if it can't, if she's not fast enough, to at least then start trying to reef it open.
Okay. Let's start with Stanley.
Okay.
Tell me what you're doing.
Is this something you were able to do before, or is it after the door gets shut?
It's before the door is shut, so you see her kind of do this, and like as she is going through, you see her start ripping people, and then they kind of you see like Gadget grab the card from him and like swipe the door open, and you see the door open, and that's when you start making your way forward. Um, and then you kind of see Gadget and Flash go through, and then you guys kind of get right behind her, and you see her like throw Ellis through, and that's when she's like, "You know what to do."
Uh, I assume that she was saying that to Flash and Gadget, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, at that point, that's when I tried to like, obviously we tried to like get in, try to get into the door. I don't know if you want me, if you want the my my panic response to take effect in some way here because it doesn't really do anything in a role play perspective.
Nope. I'm going to say do a mobility roll and do a -1 for that.
Okay.
Let's see if you can get through the
Oh,
door.
there it is.
Go ahead and roll stress, unless you're going to push it. Or can you push?
Can't push because I got the facehugger.
That's right. Yeah, you go. So we'll pause with you
Yep.
based on that. Tilly, you see this. You get right up on her. Same thing. What do you want to do? So she hasn't shut it. She shoved them through. She's kind of between the door. You would have to like snake your way around her a little bit. Not anything crazy.
Yeah, like I'll try and jam the door with the maintenance jack.
Okay. So let's go with opposed rolls.
Heavy machinery.
That's what I was like. Close combat, heavy machinery. Yeah, so it can be whatever we want for a opposed roll. Okay. Yeah, so let's do a opposed roll, heavy machinery.
Yep. And Tilly is going to use her steady hands talent, which is I can roll less of the stress dice. I have 7 currently. So and just rather than trying to mess with the system, so 5 strength, 3 heavy machinery, and then I've got 7 minus 2 stress dice, so 5 stress dice.
Okay. And I pulled 5 people out because I'm gonna just role play. These 5 people have been cut down, so I'm gonna kind of time take it.
Yeah.
No, they're not taken. They're just knocked down a level.
So I got 2 successes, but I also got 2 face huggers.
Okay, so let's do your stress.
And I go up 1 stress, right?
Correct.
No. Oh wait, yeah, you do. Don't you? I thought it did that automatically though. If it does that.
He rolled. He didn't do the
I'm just rolling
game roll.
physical dice. Just rather
Oh right. Well, I mean, like, cause my did it?
Yeah,
don't know if
so
mine
if you
actually
roll
did.
in game, it'll knock it up for you. If you do the physical
Um,
dice, it won't automatically update it.
or something. Yeah, no, because it didn't like when I got that, it didn't put up my stress level anymore. So I think it's only from the actual responses or whatever that say if they get +1 stress or not.
Gotcha.
And that doesn't take into account. Because mess up is like a.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right. So are you mess up? Is that the correct one, or is it
Yep, we'll just roll
Okay.
with that.
perfect?
Yep.
Mess up, so your action fails.
Yeah.
So both of you see her, and you start to go through, and like you're going to swing for it to try and get it in there, and Stanley bumps into you as he's trying to go for it and just knocks you to the side, and your tool starts to go in and then bounces off because he wanted to help you out, and make sure that you were supported. Just he supported you the wrong way.
Just stay in the office next time.
And so with that, she seals the door. And then now you hear gunshots from the security start ringing out. And there's shooting, and there's screaming, and there is panic. And you see Kyrian sit there, and she puts herself up against the door, and she just goes, and then she takes her hand and kind of crushes the key lock pad. And then just shakes her head. So now that there's gunshots ringing out, you see her panic, and you hear one of the security guards go, What are you doing? Why would you do that?" And then someone else just yells out, the escape pods. We can get to the escape pods. And then you see people just start splitting and just going different directions at this point, and it's like a mad dash to different locations. So, what would you guys like to do?
well, staying here is not an option.
Yeah. So obviously, Tilly, you're going to know where the stations are. I know
Yep.
they're not all annotated here. I know there are
Mhm.
some. So there's like one over here. There's one over here. Here. Obviously down here.
What
Where
about
else?
the corporate zone? Would there have been any off the corporate zone?
So I'm going to say there's one in the corporate zone. There's one in the club. There's one in the railgun area. Like there's one in each section is what I'm going to say. It's not annotated correctly. So I'm going to say in each one of those main areas, there is going to be one.
Okay.
So
Well, Tilly will go over to Stanley and be like, I think if we go to the club, they're not the closest, but the closest ones are going to get grabbed up right away.
Whatever, lead the way. Let's go.
And so there's going to be a mad dash. So we're gonna role play this because you guys are gonna start having to bump into people and having to shove and fight people. And so as you guys start to run, gunshots are still firing, of course, and you hear screeching. And one of these creatures gets hit and falls down from the gunshots, and there's two of the guys sitting there right next to it. These ones are going to be over here. These ones are going to be running this way. This one's going to be down here. This one's going to be by him. We're going to put him here. And we're going to have one. Two of them flanking him. And so as you're going, you see one down and it's injured. And it's like crawling, and it's like legs are shot out, and it's same thing. That green fluid is trickling down, going through, and you see it bubbling, and it's eating away. And that's when General Alexander goes, what a shame. And he clicks a button, and that xenomorph explodes, and its blood and acid shoots out everywhere, and those two security guards who are right on top are now screaming in agony along with another person as they are plastered in acid. So,
Cool trick.
fun fact, this is actually
Fun.
from the Rage Wars. So, so we're going to do another round. So I'm going to say you probably have, I wouldn't say that. I'd say you probably have these two making a run for it this way with these two going this way, and the security guard coming with. As you guys are running, one of the guys starts to grab you. I need you guys both, because you are now going to be grappling with people each step of the way. So we're going to do opposed close combat rolls. Unless you guys want to do something else, I'll leave it up to you.
I actually, in a slight moment of clarity, hold Tilly back for a second to let them go, because they're all going to be. My thought is, okay, they're all going to be going for the same one, and look at Tilly as all like, "Where's the next one?"
So this is the
And
first one that you guys are running to.
right.
So there would be one
and
here.
I'm basically
here.
thinking like they're all going to be fighting for that one. We should go for the next one.
Yeah, that's what I said about going to the club. It's the one that comes after, but we still got to keep moving forward.
Right. So it's like, okay, we'll just let them go. Hold on for like 5 seconds to let them go ahead, because if they're all there, those things are going to go after them first, and we can get by.
Yep. Well, this conversation's taking about 5 seconds.
So these two come running out along with these ones, and the security guard kind of points his gun out, and he's like, "Stay back. Stay back." And these four hop into this, and they're starting to get all situated. And Sam kind of just freezes and sees you two over here.
Yeah.
Yep. No, keep running for the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Sam goes, where are you guys going?
To the club?
The club? Why are we going to the club?
It's got good drinks, obviously.
And as you are saying that, you hear the loud footsteps coming from down the hallway, coming up towards you. So I'm going to put it, actually, we're going to put it right here at the star as where you need to get to.
Yep.
So basically, you all are going to be in this section. They are going to be in this section. And we're going to zone by zone, but they get to make 2 moves compared to your one, because they are faster. So you make it. And also, are you guys going to do close combat for anybody around you?
I mean, if it's not, I guess it depends.
Okay, so there's 5 of you. And so you make it here, you hear the scream. Anyone want to push or shove anybody? And you can do it to any 5 of the people.
And it's a security guard and
security guard, another person on the station, Tilly, Stanley, and then Sam. Which you have not met Sam.
Yeah.
They're like, Captain, good for you to join us. Let's get the fuck out of here.
What happened? I was just taking a nap.
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
All right. So you guys move one section, and these things move 1, 2. And you hear them, and they are right behind you, and those doors you just went through, they are right behind.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else before you guys make another move?
Is this door sealable?
Yes, but it's going to be a negative because you're going to be panicked, and then you're going to have to stop. There's a high risk to it, but yes, you can seal the door.
Oh, my thought is I still have the fire extinguisher if I like see them there. I was thinking about just like trying to spray them down to get them to at least like stun them for long enough for maybe Tilly to close the door.
Yeah, Tilly I think would be trying to get the door shut.
Okay.
So
let's go ahead and do this. So I was going to say negative, but since you guys are working in tandem, I'm going to say it evens out. But I'm going to give you a +1 on this assist. So you are going to do... I'm going to leave it to you. So there's 2 ways you can play this. I'm going to allow you to do mobility if you want to see if you can run the door fast enough to do it. Or I'm going to say heavy machinery or comtech to try and get the door shut or see it, like try and get it shut in time and stuff.
Well,
so I'm going to leave it to you how you guys want to play it, whichever one you guys have. This is going to be a group roll. So how do you guys want to play that?
I'm going to probably say heavy machinery with whatever Tilly's doing. Because like I said, all I'm doing is like just spraying this cold carbon compound into the doorway on these things.
Yeah, Tilly's gonna try and do some mechanical stuff and gonna use the steady hands again.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can.
And then +1, so you should just right click and then just type 1 in for a modifier. Unless you click it, does it add it offer you the modifier when you click it?
It pops up a box.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. I try put in the stress modifier 2 for the steady hands.
Okay.
How'd that come through?
Let's get the stress response.
Whew. Yeah. Okay, I got the 5. The outcome.
A 5 is paranoid.
Frantic. That would be panic, right?
Oh, panic. Sorry. Yes, I'm on the wrong thing. Good call.
Frantic.
Yep.
Is a stress response.
So what does that do?
All skill rolls based on strength get a -2.
Okay. So yeah, you go and the door, you see him coming, you get over there and you start pressing the button and it's closing and they're just right there. And then Stanley is just spraying and you hear the screech and they kind of like freeze up for a second. and then they try to move forward again once they realize, and then the door shuts right as that happens. But one of their hands made it through, and the door shuts on it, and the hand drops to the ground. And you hear this loud, awful screech. And the blood, well, this green liquid, which appears to be its blood, starts melting away the door and is slowly creating a hole.
Time to go.
All right, so you guys are making your way over there. I would say Sam would continue running, and being the nice person that Sam is, he would stop the other two from shooting out the pod before you guys got there. But there's only 4 seats. And Sam kind of looks and he goes, what do we do? And Lyra goes, well, actually, it's not Lyra, because she's the one who is actually not supposed to be there. I think she's the one that died. Seren looks at you and she goes, screw this, I'm getting on. And then she starts to just go for it. And the security guard pulls out his gun and he goes, I'm getting on this.
So give me the kind of the rundown of the pod itself. Like, is it just like room in the seats, or like?
Yeah, so I'm basically saying there's going to be room in the seats for basically 4 people, and it's going to be very tight with 4 people, is what I'm going to modify this EEV drop pod or escape pod for, to add a level of intense moment for this. So basically you have the door. I don't know if you remember Alien Isolation at Sevastopol, where you take the where you go into one of those transport shuttles that go around the outside, and it's pretty tight and it's pretty small. That's kind of my thought process with these. You don't have control or anything like that, but it's small, it's tight. There's an entryway door. There's 2 of you on each side. So you have on the left side is going to be the, here, I'll kind of put it this way, actually. You have the security guard, you have Sam, you have Seren, Tilly, Stanley. So here's the entrance, and like all of you are kind of in a semicircle around it. Stanley and the security guy are the closest to the door, and Seren has already started saying, I'm screw this, and started walking forward to just enter. And the security guard kind of pointed his gun at you guys more so, and just was like, I'm getting on.
So Tilly looks over to Stanley and be like, you got kids?
I was married to the company.
Employees aren't children.
Well, it seemed that the company has divorced me, so I'll kind of like look at that. I'll look at Tilly and like look down at the fire extinguisher thing that I have in my hand, and like look at the other people.
All right, so I'm gonna move us into combat.
Well, I was gonna say like,
how do you say that?
if it's possible, I was going to just like do a quick swing on the security guard and see if I could just like knock him out real quick. Because because reasons.
So
Personal safety.
I would say because you're not going to be able to get an ambush because he's already kind of
Yeah.
like on edge.
Right.
So we will go into combat. We'll roll initiative. Stanley. Oh, it goes Stanley, security guard, Seren, Sam, then Tilly. All right, Stanley. Seren started kind of moving forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That will be her fast action. So she got a jump on things before. So all she has left is a slow action.
Right.
So, Stanley, you have a fast action, a slow action, or 2 fast actions.
So like I was gonna say, if it's what would you consider pulling the thing on the extinguisher?
You mean spraying it, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with close combat for it. Is basically what I'm gonna do. And if you get a success, it's going to disrupt them, and they're going to. I'm winging this one big time because
Right.
I'm going to say when that happens, they lose.
Actually, I'm probably gonna say that like I probably fully extinguished the thing trying to keep the xenomorphs at bay there. So I probably don't have anything left I'm gonna say I probably don't have anything left in there. Um yeah, so I'm probably just gonna like I said, probably just swing it on somebody and probably the security guard who has the gun because I don't want to get shot.
Okay, so we are going. Do you have a blunt object instrument?
The fire extinguisher.
No, on your sheet.
Oh no.
If you go to the items,
Yeah.
and then search for blunt object.
Which section was that?
Yeah, if you just go, if you go to the briefcase and then the top where it says search items, just type in blunt.
Oh, okay. Nothing came up actually.
Oh, let me in this blunt instrument configure own it. Oh, there we go. There we go. I just added it. Now you should have it.
There you go. Okay.
All right, so you have a blunt instrument. You have to do an empathy roll before attacking a human. Because these are not enemies per se. This is an actual, like, you're attacking somebody. So, actually, let me double check.
I would argue with the security guard kind of pulling their gun and making a threatening motion already. I can kind of potentially consider them an enemy instead.
Okay. So I would say it's empathy if you go after Seren, then go ahead if you want to go in the security guard then.
Yeah, that's who I was going to go after.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check the sheet to see if they changed empathy in this at all.
From what I remember, the empathy roll was only to kill somebody else.
Okay. Yep. That's what it was. Good call. Then yeah, disregard both because it's only a blunt object.
Okay.
Hit him with the big blunt. All right, let's get those stress rolls
Do
done.
you roll stress in combat?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Deflated. You cannot push any skills. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you got a success. You got 1. Oh, you didn't
Yep.
roll your blunt object.
Did it? Oh, is that what it needs to be? Oh, okay.
So
No, because that's different. That's for damage.
yeah. So basically, because you are going to be damaging them, so we'll say 1 damage. You can remove that stress from the blunt damage, the blunt object, if you need to.
Yeah. Like that doesn't do anything to the sheet, so.
Okay. So we will say the security guard gets. Oh, there we go. -1 health. And since you only got 1, you can't add any stacks to it, any stunts or anything. So fast action. You did a slow action. What would you like your fast action to be? And again, fast and slow action
I'm gonna hold my fast action.
is page 60.
Yeah. 'Cause I think
Okay.
I need to hold the fast action in order to do something else.
So quick actions. Yeah. Yeah, you hold a movement. Okay, so we begin a counter. We're gonna move. So it's the security guard. So he just got hit. And he has a revolver. And he turns the gun towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to take a shot. Oh, need to reload. I'm going to give him a -1 because he just got hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so 2 damage plus 3 damage plus 4 damage plus 5 damage.
And I am going to activate personal safety.
Ooh, so what does personal safety do?
If you're attacked by another PC or NPC within short range, make a manipulation roll, no action, so I didn't actually need to save my fast action for that, to make another character the target of the attack instead of you.
Okay. Go ahead and so is it just automatically happens or you have to do a manipulation roll?
It's a manipulation roll.
Okay, so let's do this. Ooh. Wow. Oh, wow. Good lord. Who do you want to kill? Who you want to kill?
It's gonna end up being the other who was this other
Seren?
NPC who was trying to go for the
Yeah, I can basically
Pod.
I can basically see you like as she's coming in, like you kind of grab her and put her in front of you with your quick action almost. Or go behind her.
Well,
and,
so the way I see it is like
yeah, role play it for me.
as people are starting to move and I see the gun get pulled out, I like make the swing and the well like I hit the guy right for the damage and kind of like hit his arm out of the way as it goes off and ends up shooting the other person.
Okay. Yeah, so Seren just gets a bullet straight through the head and is dead immediately, and she just boom, shot and just slumps straight to the ground. It's like bam, bam, like almost like 1, 2. And you just see her like slump to the ground. So it's like bam, bam. with the third hit, and everyone just kind of gets a stress point for that.
Is that a panic roll?
I'm gonna say probably a panic roll, because especially where you are, Tilly, you probably just got a face full of blood. So go ahead and give me a panic roll. Yep, frozen.
Seek cover.
I mean, you can move straight in.
I guess so.
Stanley, what did you get?
I got frozen.
Oh, you got frozen. Oh,
Yeah.
Tilly, what did you get? Did you get frozen as well?
No, they
No, I
got
got seek cover.
Oh, okay. And then, so now it is Sam's turn, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up! No more shooting. Technically, there's 4 of us now." And then, like, you hear like a roar from behind, and like the acid has eaten away, and they've holes big enough, and they've kind of scurried their way through. And he's like, "Get on it now." And so, anything you guys want to do before these things jump on you, or are you just going to hop in the escape pods?
Tilly's in the escape pod.
yeah. Kind of
And-
like doing the little bit from Road to El Dorado, where like the both, and then it's just kind of like that kind of like nodding kind of interaction.
Yeah. And so, you guys get on board. You guys hit the button, and you like some of you are strapped in, some of you aren't, and just like smash the button as fast as possible. Sam just kind of hits it hard and kind of jerks off, and it takes off. So like some of you like hit the side and trying to get launched out. So let's change the scene, because now you are in the skate pod drifting.
Tilly's gonna go for her first aid pouch and pull out her 1 dose of nap relief and inject to remove stress.
Yeah. So go ahead and remove a stress. Does it also remove one of the
I think it's more than 1.
Okay.
Nap relief is supposed to get rid of like everything, if I remember
Okay.
right.
Yeah. You just can't
'Cause
overdo it.
Yeah, because it gets
Well,
rid of
got
all
enough
your
seats now.
stress.
So
Like, ooh.
chat says there's plenty of seats now. So yeah, so you obviously you took that stress down. You kind of sit down, and Sam's sitting there, and he kind of turns and he goes, "Put the gun away. What happened happened. Let's move on." And the security guard kind of just like looks at Stanley, who's like sitting diagonal from him. You guys just happen to sit in the furthest corner of, hypothetically, between 4 seats that you possibly could. And he just kind of like looks at you, and he's still rubbing his head. Or what would it be? His arm? Would it be his?
Yeah, it would be his arm.
Okay.
Like I said, I hit his arm or whatever, which is what caused the gun to.
And he's sitting there, and he's like rubbing it. 'Cause you like hit him right on the elbow, and it just, that feeling is not good.
It's kind of like, sorry, heat of the moment.
Heat of the moment. Yeah, and so as you guys are sitting there, you guys hear the comms crackle, and you just hear, "Help, help, come, we're in the pod, help." And then you just different shouting, because remember, you guys got ejected, and these aren't the ones that you can just control.
Right.
And as that's happening, you kind of look and you see the gunship kind of floating, and you see it, and they're calling in, and just you hear the overall comms. Kyrian, are you out there? Kyrian, over. Kyrian, do you read me?
I'll push on the comm. So like, Ellis.
And you would know that it's Flash.
Oh, it's
You would know
Flash.
the voice.
Okay. I'll put it in as all like, Kyrian guarded the door. It looked like.
Who is this?
Stan.
Stanley? You guys made it out?
Yeah, we're in one of the escape pods on the far side of the station.
And he kind of looks and he goes, all right, I got multiple readings. I see one that kind of went out.
We went to the other side of the station from where we were. It was the club side.
All right, I think we can make it towards you. And then you kind of hear it and he goes, we're going to make our way over. We're doing one pass. It looks like their ship just undocked.
I would very much like to leave the station now.
And as you're going, they are making their way over to you, and you see it in the distance, and they kind of pull up beside, and they're kind of trying to match your angle from your trajectory. And then that's when they go, all right, we're gonna pull up alongside of you. Be ready to quickly make a move over here.
All right, let's make this quick, I guess.
All right, so they go and they dock up with you. You all, the doors open. You guys are able to get on board. No issue. Unfortunately, the station's turret system has come online as well. So, we are going to do a little bit of spaceship fighting here, in which you all have to run or fight, up to you.
I believe evasive maneuvers would be in effect here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the space travel, space combat. Page 140 is space combat. So the combat phase is going to be a command phase, a sensor phase, a movement phase, attack phase, and engineering phase. So I'm going to give it up to you all. Which phase? So do you want to do the command?
Well, I would be best at the comtech stuff. So in this case, I would be best at the comtech stuff.
Okay. So we're going to have a movement, command, sensor phase, target lock. So that's for that. Evade is an action. So sensor phase can be one. Attack phase, launch countermeasures.
Right.
And
I would assume like Gadget or Flash or somebody would probably be on those.
Yep, and then engineering phase. So power engine up, down. All right. So we're going to alternate back and forth. So it's going to be... Actually, I'm going to let you guys divvy it up. So there are 5 phases. One person gets 3, one person gets 2. Let me know which ones you guys want.
So just based on who we have left here, I think I would be best in the Comtech space. Flash and or Gadget are on the gunners. I guess our captain can be in the piloting position since I think he has some piloting skill had gotten some piloting skill at this point.
And then Sam. Okay. So Sam has 1 in piloting.
More than I got.
Gadget has 1 in piloting, and 1 in heavy machinery, and 1 in range combat. Flash has 3 in close combat, 2 in stamina, 3 in range combat, 1 in piloting, 1 in comtech. Ellis has 1 command, 1 stamina, 3 manipulation, 3 observation, 1 survival, 1 comtech.
And I'm assuming Tilly has a lot of heavy machinery, right?
Yep, that and close combat and stamina and nothing.
Yeah.
Tilly fixes them, doesn't fly them.
Yeah, I mean, there's an engineer position to make emergency repairs. So
yeah, Tilly will be on hand. Tilly has got some comtech, but
so Sam has 3 in command, just as an FYI.
Yeah, I mean, like, is the ship small enough for him to be able to bark orders or whatever, like from the piloting seat?
Basically, the command phase, it just for each one rolled gives a +1 die action to be carried out by another crew member. So
okay,
yeah. So basically, that's what that is.
The captain can captain.
Okay. So Sam is command. Sensor.
I'll be on sensors.
Okay.
I got a good Comtech roll here.
And then movement phase is going to be piloting. So Flash has a 1 and Gadget has a 1.
Whoever has the better range combat is on the guns.
Gadget has 2 range combat and Flash has 3 range combat. So
and they're
Gadget
both at 1 piloting, right?
Yep, so Gadget would be movement. Flash would be attack, and then Tilly is engineering. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to keep it 2D space, so it's like go forward, go left, go right is going to be kind of the movements for this.
I mean, you could just say like, you can still do 3D space, but you're either going forward or dodging in a direction.
Yeah, I thought they changed it for. Oh, maybe this was maybe I was looking at I think it might have been the old book for the different areas that you can turn to. So, yep, so accelerate, decelerate are going to be the 2 options.
Dodge!
Basically, I'm going to write down right now. So you are currently in space, you can go faster. So you can maintain, I'm going to give you the 3 options. It's maintain, faster, or slower. It's going to be the movement. Command, you can give +1. Sensor, evade, power sensors up or down.
Right.
Attack phase, launch countermeasures. Engineering, although I don't know if the countermeasures are really going to do much since it's a turret. But
I mean, like, if it has chaff or something like that, it can mess with the sensors of the turret. So.
Yeah. And then engineering, if any repairs, power engine up, down, and overload reactor are going to be. I don't think you're going to open airlock. All right. So for ship damage, let me look real quick. So I'm going to put this. So I'm going to put the whole of this thing at a 4, since it is a smaller ship. All right, so we're going to do 4 damage for this. All right, I am going to type out where they are going to shoot. Okay. So we are going to go to the command phase. I'm going to give you guys characters. So you guys should have access to Flash, Gadget. You don't need Ellis. And I'm going to give you Sam. And that way you guys can make these rolls. All right. So who wants to make Sam's roll?
That's a command roll, right?
Correct.
All right, I'll go ahead and just roll that real quick.
Okay, you got 1 success.
Okay.
Oh, and I would say, so obviously Tilly removed some stress. I guess Stanley, did you want to use your signature item at all to reduce stress? And is there anything else that you want to take?
Oh, I ended up using my signature item like earlier.
Okay.
To
and then I would
reduce stress
say you get a 1 point of reduced stress as well, just from that subtle relaxation of like getting on board and being launched out and hearing that communication.
Okay.
Okay, so you did roll 1. You can give the +1 to 1 action to be carried out by another crew member. I'm going to say you can give it out whenever you want.
Okay.
All right, sensor phase.
All right, that is also me.
Comtech.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So what is the actual effects of the sensor phase do here? Because that's the defensive thing, right?
Yep. So if the science officer performs this action, all attacks to target lock your ship during this stretch become opposed Comtech rolls, meaning the amount rolled by the enemy is reduced by the number rolled by you.
I'm going to push that then. All right, that's 2 more.
Okay. And then go ahead and do your stress reaction.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put off one real quick. There we go. No!
Mess up. It fails. Oh, that one hurts.
Yep.
Okay. So we are now going to go to the movement phase. That is going to be a piloting roll.
Mm-hmm.
Tilly, do you want to roll that one? That is going to be gadget.
That's good.
All right, you got a success.
Yep.
So you can accelerate, decelerate, or stay same speed?
Accelerate. Yes.
Okay.
Gotta go fast.
And then attack phase. So that's gonna be launch countermeasures, range combat. That's gonna
Do you want to roll that one, or do you want to roll that one, or I can do it?
flash.
Is that which? That's flash. I can do that.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's.
Or we can
range.
alternate back and forth using flash or something.
Well, I could
Okay.
do flash and gadget because Tilly's not going to have a lot going on.
Yeah.
You rolled Tilly for piloting.
Oh no, it just automatically rolls their name.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I am going to the NPC, but it is
Gotcha.
it goes
Okay.
that I roll
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yep. So the countermeasures don't do anything, and then engineering phase.
We haven't received
More
any hits.
power.
Yeah, reactor overload. If successful overload and explodes at the end, you can kill everybody.
Yeah, Tilly took some drugs, but like not
Quite
kind
that
of.
level. Okay.
What was it saying about getting more power out of the engine or something like that? Or
Power engine up or down. Basically, you modify the ship signature by -2, but makes all actions in the movement phase impossible. So basically, you
Okay.
power down, it makes you a -2 signature, and then goes from there. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Where did I put him? Actually, I'm just going to roll this ad hoc. So they're going to do their sensor. Nothing. That's right. I'm going to do the command. Nothing. And then they're going to. They don't have to worry about movement. Attack phase. They're going to attack. So this is going to be. I believe this is. Yeah, so we're going to do this roll. Nothing. Jesus. And then, yeah, so that is everything that they do. They actually targeted where you were going to go as well. So they accelerated, they did the acceleration as well for the choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we are in stretch 2. So I'm going to add something to this. Target lock is also, I'm just going to add to it. So if you guys break it, I'm going to have to make them roll to kind of shoot again for that. Otherwise, they get -2 added to it.
Okay.
So this is my first time ever doing this space stuff. I haven't even tried it. So we are learning.
Oh wait, hold
this
on.
and figuring this
What
out.
we can also do, because I didn't end up using that command point.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess for the piloting stuff, it got one, so I guess we can just add one to the piloting roll.
It's only good for that round, and then.
Right, I'm saying
Okay.
for that round.
Gotcha. So you wanted to add one?
Yeah, to basically continue accelerating forward.
Okay. Sounds good.
Even faster.
Yeah. So now we're in phase 2. So we're doing it again. Command roll.
Okay. One again.
One again. Sensor phase.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right.
All right, let's do the stress. God, you didn't.
Really? Well, I guess I am like because it takes the level of stress, right?
Yep.
And adds it. Okay, yeah, because I'm at like 6 stress right now.
So, next is going to be
So it's I forget how this actually like rolls. Let's see. Resolve 4, modifier 4, result 7. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's rolling. I guess I'm rolling high on the die there or something like that.
All right, let's go to movement. That's going to be piloting.
Gadget.
Yep, you got a success. So what would you like to do? Accelerate, decelerate, keep the same speed? I know technically it says you could increase by more than one, but we're just going to keep it accelerate, decelerate the same is what we're going to reduce it, simplify it to, because we don't have ships actually moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think further away from the station, the better.
Okay, so accelerate.
Yep.
Yeah, getting out of sensor range.
Okay, and then go ahead with the attack phase. And I know this is supposed to alternate back and forth the way they actually do it in the game, but we're just going to roll through it and then we'll remedy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for countermeasures on that, I'm going to add the command 1 to the countermeasure 1, so it'll be total of 3.
Okay, so the amount rolled by the enemy is reduced by 3.
Yep.
And so I guess we'll pause the engineering phase to the end, since that actually does matter, to wait to see what happens. So I also wrote down accelerate again. So we're going to go to the command phase. Nothing. Sensor phase. 1. Okay, so we got that. So we got the target locked. So I'm going to reduce one of those. So the movement phase. I don't really think they got it. So yes, they do match you. So that's how I think I'm going to do it. Movement phase, they're going to roll, and if they get a 6, they match whatever you're doing. And then attack phase, so they're going to fire their weapon because they got a target lock. You got -3. I'm going to add that one, so we're just going to say -2 dice for this.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 2 hits. And now we move to the engineering phase. So half your ship has been damaged by half. So
So do we roll for the component damage now?
Yes.
Damage threshold 1/2. It's a major damage.
Yep. So it's 2d6. Whoever wants to roll that.
You're on the engineering side, so you get to roll the ship stuff.
Okay.
We got a 7. Engine failure.
Ship is dead in space. No movement phase actions can be performed. Repair roll is 2 times heavy machinery plus comtech.
So is that like 3 successful, like in one phase, or like each phase? I have to like have 3 like turns of successes.
That's what I am looking at. So it says component repairs. The list of minor and major component damage describe which skill rolls are needed to repair the component and how many rolls must be made. If several skill rolls are listed, only one roll can be made per shift. Only one person can roll to repair the same component, but others can help. Component repairs require spare parts. I'll say you have it. Spare parts are abstracted in 2 versions. So okay, so I think the repair roll.
Emergency repairs. Restore 1 lost hull point. So okay, so I see. So it's not a permanent repair.
Yeah.
There's an emergency repair just to patch it.
Yeah.
So the
But-
hull repair requires repairing the hull damage requires one or several heavy machinery rolls. One roll can be made per shift. So basically each turn I think you get to roll. So in order to fix it, you have to survive 3 turns, 2 heavy machinery and 1 contact roll. Is that how you guys read it?
Well, I'm there's the emergency repairs and then there's repairing it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
those are 2 separate things. So
Yeah, because the shift a shift is like hours.
yeah,
Right.
5 to 10 hours. So that's a but yeah, emergency repairs, a minor or major component damage is hastily repaired.
And works like normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
but just for 1 shift, like it's just to get us through
Correct.
the next couple of hours. Okay. Well, Tilly's gonna do heavy machinery, but is also a spaceship mechanic, so it gets +2. Oh, I didn't get the +2 on that.
Well, you got 2 success, so I'm going to say, do you want to re-roll it, or are you going to accept that one?
Well, I just rolled 2 of my dice here. I got 1 more,
Okay.
so 3.
3? Okay, perfect. Restore 1 lost hull point and repairs a quick fix. Holds for 1 shift. Okay, so you get 1 health point back, so you're at 3 hull.
Yeah. So I'm trying to fix the engines though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so you would have gotten the engines back together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are back to the 3rd phase. Go ahead and do command. All right, you got 1. They're going to roll. And they got none. Sensor phase. Go ahead. You got 1.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take that.
Yeah.
with what's been happening with me, I'm just gonna take that.
All right. So I get reduced by 1. Nothing. Okay, so we're going to movement phase. Go ahead. Nothing. Okay.
Command.
Unless-
I'll put the command point for that, so we get 1.
Okay, so you get 1. Are you going to accelerate?
Yep, still trying. We're trying to get out of here.
Okay. They got a 6, which means they anticipated it. Go ahead with the attack phase. So
Countermeasures.
pull the lever. All right, you got 1, so it reduced by 1. Come on, 3 6s. Give me 3 6s. 1 6.
Okay.
Okay, so that is going to be
It's a
1
minor damage?
damage is minor. And so 2d6. So d6 roll 1 first.
Yeah. So we got a 46 ladder way damage.
46. Ladder way. Wow, you got a great damage there.
Oh no.
Okay, and engineering phase. What would you
Try
like to
and
do? Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Do some hull repairs, I think.
Actually, I was gonna say, could do like the engine power down or whatever, and just like have us coast at this point.
All right,
To
so
kind of like throw off the sensors or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if Tilly heard through all the noise doing 2 patches.
All right. So, what are you doing? Emergency repairs or?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'd already rolled the dice, so.
Okay. All right. And with that, you guys have successfully escaped the range of the turrets. And that ship that was coming out, you look back and you see it, and it's picking up all of the other escape pods one by one and going around and grabbing them. And in the distance, you see it get smaller and smaller. And that is the end of this campaign of Alien RPG Evolved Edition Frontier Fortune. So
Dun, 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 dun.
first and foremost, thank you to all the players, those of you, all the players who we started with, and then unfortunately we lost, but we were able to pick up Tilly, Michael here. So we had a great session going through learning. It was my first time running a full campaign. I had a great experience working with these players and going through everything, learning, teaching, going through it all. It's been awesome going through it. I wish we got to flush out a little bit more of the Ironside Station. So, or the planet, should I say. So a little bit about Ellis I'll give. Ellis just happened to win he just happened to win the lottery. That was enough to buy this place, to buy this company, this corporation. And actually, Kyrian, the company that he bought, Kyrian was a part of it, and she actually moved underneath him. And it's an android, and her number one thing is to ensure Ellis's survival no matter what, and ensure that the company gets taken care of. Flash and Gadget are 2 people who were hired as security to guard them. The 2 engineers were actually dating and secretly dating, which we found out later on. And the Riley ended up getting pregnant. And then Mason was a stowaway who was trying to escape a rough life, who got a worse life-ish, maybe. I don't know how to put it. He's going to be dead pretty soon, so he just has to...
He's gone. He's going in a. He's now in a transitional phase.
Yeah. And so unfortunately for the other people on station, Kyrian, TBD what happened to her, if she joined the androids, if she did not. And I'll go into what I mean by that. And the marshals on the station ended up being taken alive, though heavily wounded, for the rage. So was Franz. You got Sam. And so were a lot of people. So a little bit about the rage. They were one of the original colony ships that were sent out. They went so far out. I think they were ostracized humans at first for their religion, I think. And they were very upset with that. They hated the humans. So they created these androids and basically created these androids, and they with one purpose, which was figure out how to control the xenomorphs and kill humanity for what they did. And that's what they did. And the androids figured out how to control the xenomorphs. They were the first ones to do it. They also created a self-destruct button inside, so that way if they don't listen, they click the button and they explode. So if they're wounded, they create more damage by exploding their acid everywhere. And it's all androids that are fighting against humanity. Also, they fight against the predators, the Yakuja. I always forget how to pronounce it. Yautja. They also fight against them, and the humans and the Yautja join up to combat them. Really fascinating story. Highly recommend it. It gets like StarCraft level of like spacesuits and stuff. It's amazing. And so that is where we're at. The crew makes their way out. Whether they're found or picked up, we'll see. Ironside, actually, what it was going to be. Peter, you picked it up on it fast. I didn't realize that was actually the xenomorph planet, but I was actually going to have them dig down and find the xenomorph down there, hiding, sleeping.
Mhm.
So, good catch there.
Yeah,
But
no, like
yeah.
I saw the spot. I was all like, "Wait a minute,
So,
that looks familiar."
so your answer was right, sort of. I just didn't realize it.
Right.
But thank you all who has been following and everything else. We are going to take a short break from streaming on Tuesdays, but we will be back. There will be more Alien content, so we probably will transition to the campaigns in Evolved Edition, and we may transition some of the old campaigns to the new ones with the Evolved Edition rules. So we'll see about that. But there will be more Alien content, so stay tuned. As always, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. Did you guys have sign-offs that you guys wanted to do?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
This is Matilda Schaefer, formerly of Ackbar Station. Do not approach Ackbar Station. I repeat, do not approach. Assume all souls lost.
Stanley, anything on your end?
Yeah. You know, there are worse companies to work for.
And the last thing that I'll leave you with is Kyrian, and her last message is stay alive, wait, act. And that is where we end. So thank you all for following. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. Please check out the other channels the other days of the week. There's plenty of D&D content that is going on this channel, which is amazing. So as always, thank you for tuning in and have a good one. And thank you for joining Alien RPG Evolved Edition this campaign for Frontier Fortune. Have a good one, everyone.
Everybody.
Yep.
Danger. The emergency disrupt system is now activated.